A biplane is a fixed-wing aircraft with two main wings stacked one above the other. The first powered, controlled aeroplane to fly. The Wright Flyer used a biplane wing arrangement as did many aircraft in the early years of aviation. While a biplane wing structure has a structural advantage over a monoplane, it produces more drag than a monoplane wing. Improved structural technique, better materials, and higher speed made the biplane configuration obsolete for most purposes by the late 1930s. Spurred on the success of the Zeppelin flying with engines and steering, Orville and Wilbur Wright, two brothers from United States, designed a twin-wing aircraft with an engine equivalent to 12 horsepower, and they call it the Flyer. It is known as the start of the First World War. Biplanes were the most demanded Iron bird. They were very popular, and during the war they were generally number one in aviation. In the late 19th century, when aviation was just standing up, various designers experimented with airplane model and introduced something about their own field of science. The glider development was active pursuit by experience has shown that such an aircraft design was not very successful. It was biplane that turned out to be much more comfortable. Many generally believe that first was built from a biplane aircraft and belonged to the Franco-Brazilian aeronaut under the name Santo Dumont. The fact is that each of the aircraft designer that the aforementioned Santo Dumont, the famous Wright brother, contribute by signed as mentioned is something of their own of the manufacturer aircraft which as we remember just started developing. Nobody really know that work was shot, and Shane's a pioneer on the field can be considered anyone who show how and the development the first model aircraft. Wright invited the press and the general public to witness the test flight on December 7, 1993 at Kitty Hawkville. With a pilot lying under the wing, the plane was able to fly as high as 36 meters for 12 seconds. This success is considered a new milestone and heavier than air flight. Biplane planes have many advantages, otherwise they will not receive that much popularity. Perhaps their main advantage is the unformed wing area with a relatively small wingspan and need for a minimum run. However, in addition, the biplane has its advantages: load capacity, better outrider for pilot and passenger, the ability to use the engine for training, better maneuverability, and reliable larger ones. For the same reason, greater stability as much less frequent turning. As we can see, there are more than enough pulses, but one cannot assume that a biplane does not have any minutes. Already and about them only the same conversation took place. For the first time it came into use in 1910 as a variation of the previous military model. This modernizing biplane were advantageous. They were efficient because the Iron Bird were able to develop a greater speed, and the biplane of the First World War were factored in contrast of the model used previously. A very popular option was the biplane called the Scout, as you might expect, made in England. Small size in with singular wing box and single seat, no passenger attendance was expected. The development of higher than monoplane due to the low load the wings and the wartime condition is almost a basic quality of air. Scout is the fastest and the most maneuverable of all Iron Bird, and it is the biplane model that is the source of inspiration for the creation of the next fighter. As noted above, the biplane was never a sports plane, in a contrast to the monoplane, which is more convenient for this purpose. But of course, there are quite a few sport biplanes in the world, and still are. Among them, for example, the EcoSport model was made in 1972 in United States. These biplanes are extremely light, and their design is so simple that it even implies the possibility of self-assembly. The EcoSport were originally released as a single sport biplane. But 6 years later, it were upgraded and this two-seat biplane model emerged. Let's light the sky on fire and show the world our pride. We're there to take you with us on one exciting ride. A symbol of our freedom, a torch to shine at night, a symbol of achievement since men first took to fly. Don't let this be an ending to dreams we all do share, to promote our highest values and to show the world we care. We're there to make a difference. That's just what angels do, because the sky's the limit for angels that are blue.